we wanted to kind of briefly talk about Fountain of Youth, the new John Krasinski, Natalie Portman movie, streaming on Apple TV. As we know, Apple TV is incredible at cranking out shows. Um, some of their movies are also great. Like we loved The Gorge. I really liked Cherry a couple years ago. But some of their movies are also not great. They definitely are, more consistent with the shows. So, but I mean, this looked like a good time, directed by Guy Ritchie, John Krasinski, Natalie Portman, Isaac Gonzalez, Domhnall Gleeson, and even a couple others that I
Stanley
reckon.
Tucci.
Yep, Stanley Tucci. Um, yeah, I mean, Guy Ritchie just like makes good, fun action movies. I swear he does like two or three a year. But um, yeah, this was one that me and you we talked about when the trailer came out a couple months ago. Um, it was basically like almost like a national treasure, like a more modern, national treasure sort of. It wasn't necessarily like U.S. history focused,
Yeah.
but still cool. I don't think it was anything game changing, but I think it was a fun time. I think Krasinski and Isaac Gonzalez's dynamic was really funny. Them like kind of flirting with each other while also like hating each other. Um, and then the actual like Fountain of Youth stuff at the end was cool. I mean, it's something we've seen done quite a number of times, but they did their own spin on it. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I think I gave it 3 stars. I'm not sure what I rated it. Let's see. 6.3. So
6.3.
yeah. Nothing crazy, nothing game changing, but a fun time. A fun little adventure like treasure hunt movie. I still desperately want National Treasure 3, but we'll just have to see if we ever get that. But yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, Guy Ritchie, I think does a lot of good job. Like he does a good job in a lot of his movies with the action sequences, and I felt like the action sequences for the most part in this movie were there. I thought they were fine. Thought they were okay. I thought the characters were just boring. I thought that the highlight of this movie was, like you said, between Isaac Gonzalez and John Krasinski. They're back and forth, kind of flirting type deal. But there's some like I wish I knew a little bit more about the Purdue family and why his dad stopped treasure hunting and what happened to him and why John Krasinski is still doing it and why Natalie Portman's not. We just didn't get a full fleshed out backstory there. There was no world building around those characters. Also, like Domhnall Gleeson's character, I think he he was interesting at some points, and I felt like other points he was like losing me. Like his turn at the end was like, okay, he lied about his liver failure and all that. Okay, that's fine. But like, why? Why did he lie? Why does he want this so bad? And we never got like the full big reveal of why he was doing it. Like we know that he's probably going to use it for money and exploit it or use it to sell it to rich people. Okay, that's fine, but why not explore that a little bit more? Um, I thought the Fountain of Youth scene at the end was fine. It was nothing like special or crazy. And then there were just some aspects that I guess weren't fully explained. Like we get the little, like literally a cameo of Stanley Tucci talking about why the Fountain of Youth is so important, but that's all we get about why. Because Isaac Gonzalez character just keeps saying that you're not like you don't need to find it. It's hidden for a reason. But like, why is it hidden for a reason? And then we get that at the very end, which I felt was a lackluster explanation. Um, I think I am being nitpicky to an extent, but I think with something so cool as a treasure hunt for the Fountain of Youth, with a very good cast who we've seen good performances out of as well, to have like the best part be, the action sequences at times and not any of the characters, I think is a flaw. And I think that's something that shouldn't have happened. Um, I think it was entertaining enough for me to get through it. Like I wasn't sitting there like this sucks. But even like the side characters with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman that were helping them find it. The one that was like the lookout the whole time, and then the other woman, they weren't even really in the movie. Like they had no like what's the word significance at all in that movie. Like they were not big players besides the woman getting shot at the end. Like that was literally it. And then the art detective for Natalie Portman's character, where they meet in the art museum, he wasn't really important either until the very end because he like was with Isa Gonzalez. So I think there's a lot of holes there and a lot of like interesting characters that could be interesting, but then they weren't. And that's I think my biggest complaint. I know I went probably a little too far on the review because I know we want to do brief, but I gave it 3 stars, and I think I gave it like a 5.9, 5.8, something like that. There were so many lanes that you could have done to be very interesting, and then it wasn't. I think
Yeah,
the characters could have been so cool.
yeah. I think it definitely could have been done a little bit better. Um, I think yeah, like you said, Krasinski's character just really wasn't that interesting. I do think Isaac Gonzalez was probably had the best performance in
Yeah,
this movie, and
yeah,
like I think her character was the most entertaining to watch. I
correct.
also thought the whole, oh, it's just under the pyramids of Giza. I thought that was kind of a cheap way
I
out.
also thought that. Yep.
Like, of course, that's I feel like I've seen people treasure hunting under the pyramids in so many movies before, like The Mummy or things like that. So I thought that was kind of a cheap way out, a cheap place to put the Fountain of Youth. But it was cool. I mean, once they got in there, it looked cool, and some of the different like little things they had to do and doors they had to open were interesting. But yeah, I mean, I definitely get your nitpicks, but I think it's watchable.
Yeah.
I could see them doing another one. But yeah, we'll just have to see. But
Yeah. I, last thing, and then we can drop it. You know, you got a big review coming up, which I'm excited to hear, obviously. But like the last thing is that I felt like the last like little bit where they finally get to the pyramids of Giza or whatever, like, dude, I looked and there was like 20 minutes left in the movie when they got there. I was like, we have 20 minutes to wrap all of this up. I always thought it was going to end on a cliffhanger because of how much time was left. I just thought a lot of it was rushed. It was insane. I don't know. There were good parts of the movie, but I thought there were a lot of parts where I was like, they need to do this a little bit more. They need to do this. If they were to do a sequel, you have to make Krasinski and Portman's character way more
more
interesting.
interesting.
Like, give
Yeah.
them a backstory, give them something about their dad. Because also, I'm sorry, I just keep thinking about things. Like, we get the little glimpses of John Krasinski dreaming of like what's, like the different parts there, like him picking up the mask, him, seeing through and drinking the water. None of that's explored either. Like, that's just probably explained by the Fountain of Youth. Like he sees those visions, and that's why he ended up not sacrificing his sister and her son. But like that's also a cheap way to get out too. Like you don't explore any of that. So I don't know. Some of it was interesting. Some of it annoying more me personally. But me and you, we nitpick movies all the time. So us sitting there and being like, wow, this is a really good premise. We've seen National Treasure. I mean, we love National Treasure. Then we see this movie, like, oh yeah, we might get another National Treasure with a really good actor and a really good actress and what seemed to be like a good supporting cast. And it just didn't hit for me.
Yeah. They just need to hurry up and give us National Treasure 3. Give the people what they
Amen.
want. Don't give us that stupid show that was on Disney Plus that was very, very not good. Um, and even in the show, they teased a third National Treasure movie. I want to know what's on page 47, damn it. Been wondering for years. But yeah, we'll just have to see. But I mean, if you're looking for a streaming movie, check it out. It's perfectly watchable. Watch it with your family. Um,
It's good for a plane ride. That's where I
yeah,
watch it.
yeah. So I mean, you could definitely do much worse for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is Fountain of Youth.